What's up, YouTube? We're back with some Sinoalice. I know it's actually for here's the day because Spoot has a job training thing he's working on today, so he has a really busy day. Usually I'm the one really busy, and business is slow right now, so I do have some time to put together a quick should you pull. We're actually gonna have 2 banners drop tomorrow, which is a little crazy. We had I believe we had the spec banners, and then we also had the Red Riding Hood repeat, which I think that dropped also on Monday or on Tuesday or something, and then now we have more banners dropping on a Friday, which is really weird. But anyway, we do have these to go over. So just like the Red Riding Hood repeat, we are getting the Little Mermaid alternate repeat. So we're gonna go over that. And should you pull for this, as well as the Valentines Alice banner. So let's start with the repeat banner. So any of you guys that are playing the game, this may just be a rehash for you guys. If you guys have already summoned on this and gotten what you need, then you guys can kind of skip to the end, but we are going to go over it. So first off, we have the class, and we have the weapon. So the Menstrual Weapon is going to increase physical attack and magic attack of one ally by a great amount. So honestly, this weapon is pretty lackluster. Stats are underwhelming a little bit for it is a 17 cost, so it isn't an 18, so I don't expect to be 5200, but 51, 5,000 and a half, something like that would be better. So pretty low on stats. Like the defense is really, really low. And then the skill is not fantastic either. It's a physical and magical attack of one ally by a great amount. I mean, unless you're playing a lot of salad grids in your guild, this is a pretty bad skill. And then replenish magic 1, so absolutely garbage Coliseum skill. Probably one of the worst Coliseum skills there is in the game. So this weapon is really bad, definitely. I don't recommend pulling on that. Then if we go into Diablos, Diablos is a pretty decent Nightmare actually overall. If we go to his L version, he does get around 62, 92 stats, which is pretty good for a non-paid Nightmare. And then he has a very balanced stat pool across the board. You're seeing 1700, basically 1740, 1730 range of every stat across the board. So very, very good Nightmare stat-wise. Just if you have, your, whatever stat you're going for, it's going to give you a decent amount. It's not like getting 800 or 900 on one particular stat. So very strong there. And he's going to reduce the effectiveness of tome skills. So probably, I don't think he sees any play at all anymore in the game, to be honest. Maybe he'll see a little bit more play on a Shinma book with the Half Nightmare book, but I doubt it. I mean, my guild doesn't fit him into any rotation at all. But PvE-wise, he is more usable for your wind rates, especially for Ogre, because he's going to massively increase fire damage taken from wind enemies. So PvE, I think he's a solid Nightmare. Stat-wise, he's solid, but Coliseum, I don't think he's too great. And then next, we have the Weapon of Apocalypse. So this is the main reason why I'm probably going to do some pulls on this banner. I completely skipped this banner when it came out. I ended up just pitying one copy of this spear. The spear is pretty good. It's not amazing. I'm trying to figure out, I think it was Tachi said this weapon had like an insanely high multiplier. But when I look at its stats, like Beast Curse is also a 17 cost wind polearm, and it has a 2350-ish magic attack. This only has 2181 magic attack, and Beast Curse also gives you that magic attack up on your main skill, and they both have DC 2. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out if the magic attack stats are low, is it the endgame multiplier is just high? Why this spear is really good? Or is this just inferior to Beast Curse? I'm trying to understand that. If any of you guys know that for sure, by other means, let me know. But still a solid spear overall. I mean, anything that has DC 2, decent amount of magic attack is very good. Even at 17 costs. But this could be replaced down the line with, once you get to the point of having a full 18 cost grid. But for me, this would still definitely be a huge upgrade. I don't have any limit breaks on the spear, so I will do some pulls, at least to probably get the Little Mermaid class, and then if I can get a couple copies of the spear along the way, if not, maybe I can pity like one copy by the end of the month if another banner entices me. But with collab, I do want to be careful about not overspending. I was like, if this was like a 2400 magic attack spear, I may have gone all in to max limit break this, but I don't think it's worth it, in my opinion, at least. But anyway, there are 2 other 0.44% weapons on this banner as well. So we do have a fire bow called Demonic Corsinon or something. How do you pronounce that? Terrible pronunciation. But it is a level 4, so it does massive damage to one enemy. And then it is going to give you Mental Focus 2, which has a fixed chance to moderately increase own magical attack while attacking. Pretty decent hollow skill, you know, outside of DC 2, it's one of the better ones. Then it has that massive multiplier, which is very good. So any Half Nightmare bow users, pretty solid weapon. Pretty good stats too, it has 65, 68 overall stats, and then gives you 23, 68 magic attack, which is about what you want to see for an 18 cost to be in that 23 to 2400 range. Just recently, we've been starting getting to like the 2400 range on some of the spec banner 18 cost weapons, so this is a very solid weapon overall without having DC2. And then if we go into the final weapon, it is going to be a book. So it is going to be a 6702 stat. So stat-wise is absolutely insane. That's very, very high, especially for a non-spec weapon. And then it has it's higher on the magic attack and physical attack and of 2189, 2185. And then the skills are going to be reduced to physical attack and magical attack of 1 to 2 enemies by great amount. And then it's going to have a fixed chance to moderately increase one Vanguard's physical defense and magical defense while providing backup. So basically, it's kind of a catch-all. It increases the magic and physical defense of one Vanguard, and then it is going to decrease potentially 2 opposing Vanguards' magical and physical attack. So pretty strong. Granted, if you're going against a purely magic guild or a purely physical guild, this could be better if it was just like a greater multiplier on just one stat, but of you having it randomness of like it randomly picking the additional target if it procs the second target, that way you're covered and it's not a useless stat reduction. So very, very good book. I mean, stat-wise, it's got armor repairs, a decent ability, and then the main skill's pretty good. Although I do know Sorks nowadays are wanting more on defense reduction, so the Vanguards have a more likely chance to down the opponents. But if you're looking for the attack down type of skill, this is very good. So there we go. So let's now go ahead and get into the... So shout out to our girl, Sarah, one of our guild leaders in my Discord, for providing us with this content. So this is going to be the banner for the Valentine's Alice banner. So you have the Loveblade Restriction, which is going to come with the Alice class. You have Princess Diary, a book. You have Kamichi Ashlings, which is going to be a Replenish Magic Spear, which is absolute... Okay, never mind, that's not L. I gotta see the L stats. I was about to tear it apart already. And then you have Timber of Garut instrument. So let's go into the individual readouts of these. So let's look at the sword first. So the sword is going to have a fixed chance to moderately reduce the enemy's physical defense while attacking for the Hollow skill, which is not great. And then you have a great physical damage to one enemy and decrease their physical defense by a small amount. And then overall stats, when you guys look at the 120, 6104, so still pretty low. And physical attack, 2131. Magic defense is super low on it. Pretty lackluster, to be honest. Like I said, I'm still looking for those stats, even on 17, to be in like the 63 to 64 range. And then for the physical attack, still looking for around 2300 to 2250 at least. So very understated, not good abilities. I think that's a pretty easy skip for a lot of even main breakers if you are a main breaker. Then we go into the book. The book is going to reduce the physical defense and magical defense of 1 to 2 enemies by a great amount. And then it is going to have a fixed chance to slightly reduce enemies' physical defense and magic defense while providing backup. So it's got a physical and magic defense support skill down, and it's got a physical and magical defense of 1 to 2 enemies by a great amount. So book is actually pretty solid. Stats are good on it. 18 cost, it's got 2048 phys defense, 244 magic defense, and then the 1250 range for the, I'm sorry, attack, physical attack, magic attack, and then the defense is around 1250 range. So pretty solid book, actually. I mean, and it's doing pretty much like what we're wanting for your sorts right now in the meta anyway, of giving magic and defense, magic and physical defense down on both skills, on both the Call Out skill and on the incantation. So outside of support boon, this is probably one of the better ones to have for a sword. So I would say for sorts, pretty decent banner, but keep in mind, guys, with the collab looming, even though it's a decent banner, it's not going to be a must pull for a lot of people. Alright, so here we have, actually this spear goes LL, so that's a kicker. So we're looking at an 18 cost Gale of Exorcism, so base damage 1 to 2 enemies, and then replenish magic, which is one of the worst Call Out skills, unfortunately. Even for Vanguards, it's not great. So currently, it will go LL, but at the current 120, you're looking at 6641 stats, which is pretty good. 2050 physical attack, 2300 magic attack, and then 1066 and 1224 for phys and magic defense. It's pretty solid. This is very similar to the, what was it, the Christmas? I want to say it's the Christmas spear that we had, but the Christmas spear was on a step up, and the Christmas spear also had a better Call Out skill. Now this does go LL. I'm not sure. I don't think that when it upgrades to LL, you'll get like DC2 or a better Call Out skill. So honestly, with a collab, I still think this is a skip for Paladins. I'm still going to be skipping this banner personally. I'm better suited to pull on the Little Mermaid banner, to be honest. So yeah, I would still skip if you're a Paladin, because I feel you're going to want at least, by the time the collab comes, this banner should still be out. So if there's really nothing after you see all the banner, or at least the first round of banners for the collab, I think you could do some pulls. I do not think this is a banner that you Paladins should be pulling on day one. Like, if you're gonna pull on this later, wait to see how good the slime banner is, and see how much you're gonna have to commit on that banner, in my opinion. So finally, we go to the last weapon, which is going to be the instrument. So it is an 18 cost instrument. It's going to increase the magical attack and magical defense of 1 to 2 allies by a great amount. So very good for a magic-based guild. And it has support boon 2 at LL. And it looks like it has armor repair at the original, which has a fixed chance to moderately increase one Vanguard's physical defense and magical defense while providing backup. So will be a little bit better when it goes LL, but still very solid right now. Once again, solid stats, 6603. 2006 phys attack, 2303 mag, and then physical defense of 1068, and then magic defense of 1226. I think this is a good weapon, but I would say honestly, for you minstrels, just summon on the spec banner and pity this, because that spec banner for minstrels is too godly. I don't think you can afford to be throwing any kind of other currency on here. I think you guys should just pull on your spec banner and then possibly pity this if you have a very good magic-based Vanguard. So once again, since this is only magic attack and magic defense, this is only going to be super relative if you have I would say at least a 3-person magic attack Vanguard guild. So if you have a 3-person physical guild, I don't even know if it'd be worth pitying. That's up in the air. But if you have at least a 3-person, I think this is worth your pity coins that you're going to accumulate from the spec banner. So far, I haven't really been doing a lot of the should you pull videos, so my knowledge of overall and the entire pool of the Menstrual Weapon, since I don't play the class, is not super good for what's in the current shop. But yeah, that's going to be it. But this is from JP, so once again, things could change. They could take things out. They could remove abilities, add abilities. So don't take this as pure gospel for the Valentine's banner. We know exactly what the banner will be for the Little Mermaid. That is going to stay the same. But for the Valentine's Alice banner, guys, that everything is subject to change. They have added cost on jobs. They have removed abilities and added abilities on weapons. So nothing is 100% from what it was in JP. So overall on the should you pull, guys, I feel that the Alice banner is only pullable really if you're a rear guard. But honestly, the spec banners for the rear guards are so amazing this month. I honestly feel like this Alice banner is just going to be a pity shop banner resource where you guys are just going to use your coins that you accumulate from either spec or other step up banners from the month and get the certain items you were looking for in this banner if they pertain to you. The Little Mermaid banner, I feel overall is better, to be honest. But that's my point of view. Let me know what you guys think overall in the comment section down below. If you guys think this banner is better than what I'm saying, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to interact with you guys down in the comment section down below, myself or Spoot. Spoot probably will chime in more on the rear guard stuff, and I'll probably chime in more on the vanguard stuff, as always. But if you guys did enjoy today's content, make sure you guys drop a like, hit subscribe as always, ring that bell so you don't miss the next upload from us here on Sinoalice, another mobile gaming content. I appreciate you guys watching. Have an awesome week, and we'll see you all in the next